What's going on, tool groupies? 2 months ago, I picked up this 10-inch tongue and groove joint plier from Doyle at Harborfreight. Before I even got a chance to use this plier, I ended up going to getting it warrantied out. Basically, the rivet that holds the two pieces together was so loose and sloppy that I just couldn't use it. Went in and got the other one, the one that I thought was better than the one that I just warrantied out. Now, the warranty didn't give me an issue. They gave me a new one and walked back out the door, no problem. Cut this thing out of the package, and I'm like, you know what? The jaw slop was almost just as bad as the one that I warrantied out, but I was like, that's okay. If that's what they're selling, that's what's going to get tested. It's more than one, so there's a problem with this. Now, mind you, I like testing tools in the trade side by side with other name brands. That way I can give you a nice accurate representation on the performance of these tools. I don't do controlled tests on a farm like it's a little project or something like that. That ain't going to tell you much. Might give you a fail point, but it's not going to give you real world results like out here in the field does. Now, there's certain aspects of testing tools in a controlled environment that's going to be beneficial. It'll give you a general idea on the strength of certain tools. But the best damn way you can test anything is to pick it up, use it, abuse it, and see what it's made of. Now, for today's video, I'm specifically talking to you about this Doyle plier and my experiences with it thus far. I've only used this in a light to moderate duty situation. I haven't taken it and tested it in the industrial field any at all. But here's some of the problems that I noticed within the first 2 weeks of using this tool. Now, once again, one of the single biggest issues that they have with these Doyle pliers is this right here. The handles are overlapping each other because the rivet on this one is just weak. I mean, you can look at it right there and I just clearly see how offset that jaw is. It looks right here. Here's what the teeth look like right now. Here's so far is what the grooves look like. Here's the biggest issue with the jaw slop right there because of the loose rivet. You can see where the tongue is bucking right up against the grooves. That basically means whenever you're using this plier and you're applying force to something or pressure to it, that the tongue and groove is going to be right there on the edge. It's not going to seat properly all the way down inside of the groove. That means you're going to have to worry about when you apply force, will it snap the edges off? Or are you going to be busting your knuckles because of tool failure? Is it going to break the edge off the tongue? That is definitely a very noticeable gap right there. Very noticeable. And we flip it over to the back side right here, the tongue is clearly damaged. You can see where I have applied force to these at numerous locations. Now, you got several different grooves to choose from, different jaw positions for that to set on, but you've only got one tongue. So whenever you're applying all that force to something, all that pressure is going to go on those two things, and the tongue on this is taking the majority of the blows. Lean it over to the side here, and you'll see where the steel has rolled up a little bit, and that could be because of the misalignment, the way it's sitting on those grooves. Like I said, you're applying force, it's right there on the edge. You're going to get the rolling of steel off the edge. That becomes nice and sharp, and that is a definite sign of cheaper steel. Now, obviously, the condition of these pliers have worsened down a little bit since the original videos were recorded earlier. You can clearly see that it's had some wear and tear on it. That's because I'm treating this pair of pliers just like any other pair of pliers. That's what they're meant to do. Go out here and work, do a job, earn you money. I think Channel Lock puts lacquer on theirs. This in here from Doyle seems like a plastic finish on it, to be honest with you. You can take something sharp and it'll scrape right off there. Now, as far as the grooves go, I don't see no rolling of steel. Usually, if you get a really cheap pair of pliers, you'll see that steel start rolling on the side of it after you put a lot of pressure on the plier itself. Unfortunately, the tongue on this is definitely the big concern. It is clearly deformed, and that's because of that loose rivet. That's the worst part about these tools. Honestly, this pair of pliers, for the price that I paid for it, they have held up pretty good. The do-it-yourselfers out there who want to use and abuse tools without spending a fortune on them, this might be right up your alley. Now, the teeth on these have got a little bit dull. They haven't got quite as dull as what you see with other box store brands out here, but that's why we're going to do a separate video for those. I want to be able to tell you how they perform versus other brands. There's other brands out here that you can pick up and use for about a week or two, and the teeth will be this dull. But this is after about 2 months of use and abuse. To be quite honest with you, these things have held up pretty good considering what I put them through. As I said, this had a loose rivet. Probably the worst part about the tool, it did impact the function of the tool itself. Could have put it inside of a bench vise, tightened it down, took a ball peen sledgehammer, beat the piss out of it. Did it tighten it all the way up? No, it did not. Did it improve the grip that I had? Yes, it did. But that's what we do with our pliers. We use them as a hammer. We hammer on them sometimes. That's just what it is. And I'm going to continue to use and abuse this tool as I test it out against some other brands. But I'm not done with this pair of pliers yet. I might actually go buy some more pairs just so I can test them out and see if they're any better than what these are. I do want to give you all the best performance review possible. I've used it as a hammer. I beat on it. I banged on it. I mean, I have treated this plier like garbage. But after all, that's what they're meant to do. That's what the professional brands do. You can literally abuse professional brands and they'll still be good to go a few years down the road. Harborfreight, if you're listening, you want to drastically improve this tool. I know you're not wanting to invest a lot in it. That's what the Icon line's for. Maybe I'll have to test me out some Icon pliers and see how well the Taiwan pliers hold up against these. The one thing you do need to do to improve this tool drastically is to call over there and tell whoever in the hell's producing these things to make sure that damn rivet's nice and tight. Otherwise, Cobalt's got you beat 10 to 1 because you can get a 3-piece set for $15 and their warranty's better than yours. So whenever it comes down to it, I'm going to make some more videos in connection with this video right here. The purpose of today's video is to give you my basic thoughts and first impressions after using this tool in some light duty repairs. See, I like testing things in the trade side by side with other brands, so I'm going to be making a video where I'll talk about the Doyle versus all the other box store brands. And I'm going to make one specifically comparing it to Channellock, the brand that this plier is based off of. If you want to see content like that where I use my tools more than I talk about them, and when I do talk about them, I'm going to give you the real deal results on it, pop that clutch, subscribe, support the channel by doing that. Check out these other social media platforms. Hell, it's free. All these other channels out here, they're what I call shillbilly. I'll tell you the definition of what that means here shortly. But until next time, go grab yourself some tools and get to doing that backwoods hustle.